Let me 2 stools to the dais. Here we go. Without people on them. 2 stools without people on them. There we go. It's an audition callback for a major motion picture. Sabrina walks in and sits on one of the stools.
Yes.
Audience says, ew. Ew. Sabrina says, oopsie, I shouldn't have had all those pickles covered in mayonnaise for lunch. That's the last time I take diet advice from Roseanne Barr. Mary walks in and sits on the other stool. Sabrina and Mary notice each other and give each other dirty looks. Mary smells the fart and makes a gross face while looking at Sabrina. Mary says, ew, girl, did you just bust ass in here? That is not the vibe, sis. Hell to the no. Sabrina, with attitude, says, it still smells better than your perfume. But more importantly, what the chocolate-dipped fuck are you doing here? Mary says, this is my callback, girl. Sabrina, confused, says, you do realize this is an audition for a 20-something fashionista, right? Mary says, what are you trying to say, cunt? Sabrina says, auditions for the grandmother were yesterday. Audience says, ooh. Mary, fuming, she starts spinning around in her stool about 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then she stands up and says, no, ma'am. All you little fetuses think you run this town. Well, I'm here to tell you that I ain't going anywhere. And I'm gonna get this fart. Oops, I mean fart. Shit, I meant I'm gonna get the fart. Mother dicker, you know what I mean. Sabrina starts laughing profusely, so hard that she falls off the stool and starts rolling around. She composes herself and gets back on the stool. Mary sits back down on the stool. Then Sabrina gets up. Mary gets up. They switch stools by rolling them to each other. They both sit down. Then they roll close together so they can play a clapping game. They play a clapping game. This train goes downtown, baby, down by the river, sweet, sweet babe, I'll never let you go. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa, shimmy, shimmy, now, shimmy, shimmy, cocoa, shimmy, shimmy, now. They roll apart. A voice in the distance says, attention, Sabrina to the audition room, please. Sabrina to the audition room. Sabrina walks over close to Tabatha, opens a pretend door, enters the room, and slams the door behind her. She stands right in front of Tabatha. A voice says, okay, Sabrina, this is the final callback, so we'd really like to see your range of emotion. Have you prepared a monologue? Wait, I forgot something. Wait, no I didn't, it's coming up. Sabrina says, yes. Yes, I did. Voice, that's me. All right, well, let's hear it. As Sabrina gives her monologue, Mary in the other room starts doing stretches like she's about to run a mile or work out at the gym during the whole monologue. Sabrina begins her monologue. So, okay, like, the Haitians need to come to America, but some people are all
what about the strain on our resources? And it's like, when I had this garden party for my father's birthday, and it's all catered, you know, I said RSVP because it's a sit-down dinner, okay? People come like that didn't RSVP, and I'm bugging. I have to haul ass to the kitchen, redistribute the food, and like swish in extra place settings, and people are all mismatched chairs and all. But by the end of the day, it was like, the more the merrier. And so if the government could just get to the kitchen and rearrange some things, we could certainly party with the aliens. And in conclusion, may I remind you that it does not say RSVP on the Statue of Liberty. Audience boos. Okay, that was okay. Well, actually it was terrible. I didn't leave one word. Sabrina opens and closes the door to enter the waiting room and sees Mary stretching. Mary stops stretching and does an angry dab at Sabrina. Sabrina says, "Break a leg, girl. Just try not to break a hip." Okay, now I'd like to see Mary. Mary walks over just as Sabrina did before, opening and closing the door and standing right in front of Tabatha. Then, in the other room, Sabrina starts reeling back and forth from wall to wall throughout all of Mary's monologue. On the stool. There you go. Mary clears her throat. Then Mary begins. And you probably didn't know, Marjorie, that Suzanne was not just any Miss Georgia. She was the Miss Georgia. She didn't twirl just a baton. That baton was on fire. And when she threw that baton into the air, it flew higher, further, faster than any baton has ever flown before, hitting a transformer and showering the darkened arena with sparks. And when it finally did come down, Marjorie, my sister caught that baton, and 12,000 people jumped to their feet for 16½ minutes of uninterrupted, thunderous ovation as flames illuminated her tear-stained face. And that, Marjorie, just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia! The audience explodes in thunderous applause. Amazing, you got the part! Mary exits and returns to the waiting room. Sabrina stops suddenly and looks at Mary. Mary looks at Sabrina and says, "And that, Sabrina, is the night Mary Nolan kicked your ass."